Let's move ahead to the second part of the video on how to build a responsive website with Fluxbox. All right, regard to what we are doing before, we've been able to style this head in the past one of the video, this nice head. Also look at the responsiveness. Sorry, we can also look at the my God, I can't look at responsiveness here. That's the problem. I have a problem. Oh. Like when I start building responsiveness, I have to um let me remove this so that I can be able to get my skin back. Okay. Okay, look at the responsiveness here. What's the responsiveness? It will be responsive. So in our next class, we're also going to be I'm coming. I just want to show the responsiveness. Uh, so that's it. We're going to be building responsiveness after when we are done. All right, my God. Engineer, okay, don't worry. Hey, let me expand, let me expand this before. Okay, that's okay. Oh my God. All right. We need to compress this our reduce the size of these images, this particular image. So to do that, we quickly need to jump into our VS Code. Um, so we need to locate the okay. This is the image here. So the weight here, let me try 400 pixels, 400 pixels. So 400 pixels is too big, too big. Try 300. Let's just try 300 or possible. Okay, this fair, right? So we are actually going to be floating this, right? We are going to be the yeah the image, right? So work on it. Let's try to see how we can um what's it call it display display, right? Display to float, display to flexible, right? Yeah. Okay. So we are going to be calling the container. What's the name of the container? Okay, this is the main box, right? These two boxes are inside here, right? These two boxes. So we call here and they say main boxes, but main box, then display flex, then okay, this is what we have here, right? Need a bit, need to need to bring it to center, right? Right? You need to bring it to center, be like bring it to center now, or add padding or add margin top. You can see it's not good now. We need to work on this, right? So let's see what we can do. Let's see if I can manipulate this. We don't have height. Do we need height? We don't necessarily need height. We don't need height. So what I'm going to be doing is I will I will add the margin inside the the boxes, not not inside the main box. If you use the main box, what you will do is to have a space in between here and here, right? But if you want this content to come down, if you don't want to use, I would suggest we should make use of height. Let's try that and see. Let's make use of height. Let's say height 200 pixel. That'll be enough. 200 pixel is not enough, right? Yeah, 200 pixel is not enough. Let's use. Let's try this. 300. Okay, let them try to grab, then try to align this to center, right? Align this whole element to center, the way we did to header, right? Okay, just say item, align item, what? Center, okay, so what we have here, okay, okay, this is what we have, right? Hmm? So let's work on this, let's check out the responsiveness. Okay, it's not responsive, right? We're going to work on this. It's not responsive. I believe. Hmm? Okay. Work on when we start working on mobile. We try to work on responsiveness, right? Mhm. I think this side, all right. The height is okay now, yeah. That's okay. Okay. Let's work on this, right? Going to be having white, uh, color, white. So then uh, font size 18 pixel. Sorry, font size 18, right? 18 pixel. Hmm? Let's try to use okay, let's just try the P. I think it's affecting this man, right? Let's try the P. Let's try just P. Um, dot main, then P. Right. We should be able to have that. Okay. Um, try to add small padding in this age, right? And they want the padding to affect all the H1. So I have to locate the H1. Okay, this is the H1 here. Um, padding. Sorry? No, it will not work. Yes. Okay. All good. All right. Let's go back to this other one. Think we are good now, abi? Let's go back to the last footer. This. Who can come and help us? Okay. All right. Let's fire down. All right. Let's fire down, man. Okay. You can see flexboard is very simple, right? Hmm? Okay. Mm. Okay. The CSS or the HTML. Okay. Now the main here. The main here. This is a container. The reason why I added this container is to make sure that I align all my the content inside this container to a particular uh, center. You understand? So I added margin. Now every div I have inside my body, outside the header, is inside the container. Now this main here, eh, is the content, the div I will convert to flexbox. When you convert a div to flexbox, every other blocks is inside that div becomes what? An item. And when they become an item, they will now float as an inline element. Now if you do that here, if you do that here, if you see here, we'll see have this item is inside the div, this one is inside the container. If you convert this to flex, it will affect every other container. Yes. Mm. Yes. No, from content box. The men is the flex box. The one who contain the flex, and he had three items, two items rather. Is it two items or three items? You have two items. This, which is the write up, when this, which is the image. If you notice, when we floated this, when we display this as a flex box, these two items, we are affected. Only these two items we are affected. You grab. So any item inside, any div inside a container that you've converted to flex box will become an item. So any properties or value you used will definitely apply to those items. So let's move ahead. This is very simple. Flexbox is very, very simple. It's very simple. Unlike floats and other, very simple. So let's move ahead. What are we going to do next? Okay, we are going to convert all these items to flexbox, abi, right? Okay, convert all these items to flex boxes. Right, we're gonna be doing that. So Harmony said she don't know how to do it. No problem. Okay, no problem. Let me fire down. Um, we have okay. If you are here, we have footer, right? We have main footer, right? We have container, right? Then we have main container. So let's work on our main container. We are not adding any background here. Not adding any background. So uh, work on this main. So this main container have three boxes inside. Are we communicating? If you are communicating, lift off your leg and say a year, a year. Harmony. Yata Vigo, she sabi go this deliverance ministry well, well. Go this deliverance ministry there. Okay. So what we're going to do is to display this to flex, convert it to flex box, flex, and so do that. So what happen, right? Very, very simple. Are we together? So very simple. Unlike float. So very simple. Very, very simple. So what we are going to be doing next is to add margin and padding, and also add background, right? If we call it, we have background. This. So add margin and padding, then convert that container to 100%, so that we can also use justify item center, justify item. So let's just justify item. Let's uh, around between. Let's just use around. So you can have kind of space around the element. So okay. Mm. So what we're going to do next is to. I think we should reduce this. I don't know. This will be in 10 like due to my screen size. That's why the thing is okay, but my screen size. But for the sake of my screen size, let me reduce this guy. So I'll come to. Can use this. I can use the footer, right? I can use this div. Um, I can decide to use just call it this container or this. I can't use this. If I use this, it will affect every other container. So I can use this to do that. Or can I still retain this? So um hmm, it's all right. A font size to let me give it 15 pixels and see what happens. Okay. Okay, I will come close. Bring your chair close now so that you see what we did, Abi. Hmm? Bring your chair close so that we'll finish up the. What happened? People don't did not buy. I need to reduce this, like break this, right? I need to break this, so we have to come back, go back there. Okay, let's go back to our HTML. So where are we? Okay. So where are we breaking? Where are we breaking from? IT, break from IT, break from computer, right? Uh, break from here. Break for computer. See, right. No, 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 no. Let's quickly see what we have here. What do we break from? This, yeah. Okay. Break. They break from here. Let's see what happen. Hmm? Let's try to move it to center, right? If it works. So we have this on. What do you have it? This is inside the main, right? Main or the inside the main. So, so we have to look for main. Yeah, yeah. So we have to move to main. Okay. Text align center. Hope we're able to do that. Then inside the box, we need to use justify, right? Hmm? Justify item. So the box, the main box, what is it? Oh, inside we have main. Inside the main, we have then we have container box. So what we just move, what we need to do here is to justify this write up. Hmm? You want to justify this write up, justification. So when I do that, you understand what justify does. You justify it. So align, right? Align, not item. Text align. Uh, justify, right? Okay, let's see what happens. That's what we have here, right? Mm, I think we're good to go, right? We're good to go. So work on this later. Work on this later. So let's just check. Work on this one later in the mobile, right? Okay, so a bit. Okay, that's good. What you're going to be doing next is to work on this. Okay, the email need to go to the right. Okay. Okay, what we did was actually affecting all the whole element, right? Okay, so to do that, okay, to do that, to move that image to the right, we need to, we can just add a class, but I don't want to add class. If you remember the last time we talked about this div, we learn um, how you can be able to like be able to work on individual elements. Yeah, individual elements. So what we're going to do is to call this man here. Let's work on those individual elements. We have two elements there, right? I believe we all know how to do this. I okay. Yes, around justify. Okay, justify item. Uh, space around or between. Okay, let's try and see what's gonna happen. Okay, that should work. That should work. That's okay. You show that you are following up, right? You're following up. Okay. Um, this have to come back to the formal font. So what you are going to be doing here is uh, because you want to work on this. So what are we going to do here? We increase the font size, Abi. right? Then we'll add background. Do we use we need to justify on this too. We've converted to flex, right? What's the name? What's the name? What's the class name? The class name is main box, right? Hmm? The class is main box. So this is main box. Will you take around? Are you sure it works? I doubt. There's between. I doubt it will work. But notwithstanding, it don't work. So okay, let's just comment on this. Comment on this. So what we're going to do now is to um, inside the box, right? This is the members, right? So we need to remove this entirely so that we can have our normal font. Okay, right? Then let's increase this size. Uh, do that inside this box. Font size. What size are we giving it? Uh, hmm? 18 pixels. 18 pixels. Okay, okay, just try to see what happen. I think it's a bit fair now. Eh? All right, let's work on this item inside this containers. What is the containers? What do you have there? Uh, we have boxes, right? We have boxes. So, okay. Um, the box. Then we'll start by adding background, right? Hmm? Are we together? Blue. We'll work on the blue. Blue. Repeat. Can also use dark blue. It should be total different from what we have here. Okay, the right top, we change it to white, right? Mm. We need a padding top as well also. Color, color is white. Okay, the color is white. Then okay, good. We need to change kind of what's it call it? Add a padding, right? A padding. Are we together? Then margin top, right? Inside the main container, right? Inside this container. Okay. Margin, uh, margin top to let's try 30 pixel. All right. We're good. Then let's add margin inside the boxes, right? So we can have this kind of this nice space margin. Mm. If you have 20 pixel, what happen? Let's try 20 pixel and see the. Okay. Then we need spaces, right? Space. Just use what you call padding, right? Yeah, right. You have padding. Don't need space around the element. Padding 20 pixel. Okay. So what happen? Are we good? Are we good? Then give it what we call round design. There's another thing also. Yeah, border radius, right? Yeah. And another thing also I want to show you guys. Although I don't really have the code. Don't really have the code offhand. Let's see something. We have what we call box shadow, CSS. I just uh, grab the box shadow. I don't have the code offhand, so just need to just grab. Box shadow. Let's check this out. Let's try it and see. Work of this. Trying to get the box shadow. Let's work with this. So this is what's the class name here? You. Wait, please you help me and get the book. Take this one. Let's get this box shadow. Um, This one. That is the second to the last, right? This, abi? And this, call the class name. Example 2. Example 2, right? So this, let's just grab this box shadow and see what happens. Um, let's grab this box shadow. What color is this? Let's just grab no what happened here. Okay. Do you have the effect? We have this. They should be yellow, so we don't go to off point. We don't go to off point. Should be this yellow. Do they have yellow there? It's too much. It's too much, right? It's too much. You have to just reduce. You can change the top, eh? To let's say 5. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's see. Have this nice box shadow. This thing look like harmony. Very beautiful and fine. Okay, let's move on to the mobile responsiveness. Very important. Okay, okay, you can see we totally wrong. The mobile responsiveness is not helping. Um, so you need to work on the check really. So 2000 just have to come down here. All right, so Mr. Jeffrey, how you doing? Okay, media, uh, right? Can you this? You can also use media. Then right? Okay, 700, 600 pixel. Okay, all right. Space. Okay. Then let's try if it's working. Hmm? Let's try. Let me check something. Which one will I use now? I'm coming. Okay, let me try to use the body and check something. Body background, right? So just try body background. Okay, body background. What's happening? What's happening? Okay. Go to end this year, abi? I saw the end this year, right? Hmm? I saw the end this year, abi? Okay. So what's happening to our network? Let's just try. There's a problem. There is a problem. We have a problem here. Why is a problem? There is a problem. Yeah, there's a problem. Okay, we didn't close this. Hmm? We didn't close this, so we need to remove this also. Okay, I think everything is good now. Okay, we're having a red color. That means it's working, right? Okay. Now, we all know that if you want to change, if you want to convert, we change it to column, right? Yeah. So when we come here, let's start with this man here, me, right? Yeah. So we have to change that main to column. So scroll down, down. The main, um, flex direction, right? Yeah. To what? To column. So let's see what we have here. We have this. So we have a problem. That height we use. I think the height is okay. Work on it. Work on it. Then let work on. Let convert everything. So this is taking us this way, right? To work on this content is 100%. This content is 100%. So let's confirm. Mm. Center what? Don't worry. This container, let's check this container. This area container is it 100%. Huh? So we have to check if it's 100%. Area container, the weight is 100%, right? The weight is 100%. Okay. Um, I'm confused about this height. I'm coming. I'm coming. Also, no. The problem there is the height we used. The height. Usually, this thing should have a height to be noted. It still work. Hmm? So if you add that height back, you notice that everything will be. So flexbox, you don't necessarily need to add height in flexbox. It will adjust the height the more you have the content. Yes. So if you add this height, basically you're spoiling everything. You see what I have, right? So just don't need to remove the height. So yeah, we don't need the height. So we see have our element. So work on this. We'll have to move this to left or either right. Then reduce the front of this. Then remove the justification from the mobile. So we have this. Then let's work on this. Let's work on this, guys. Quickly, let's jump to this. Excuse me. What do you have there? The boxes, right? We have the container box, right? Mm. Where the container box, right? Okay. So we just need to see text, flex, what? Flex the rates and then move to column. Then it automatically goes to column. So we have no problem here. So let's just work on this. Let's work on this. Let's work on this. You can see it's column. Now, what we're going to do is we can decide to say, okay, I can see item. Uh, can say no. You can say item center. Let's try that and see what happens. Uh, okay. So what we're going to do here is to avoid this happening, to avoid this issue happening. Okay, so what we do. Let's come to let's come to this boxes. Right? Okay, not box. The image. So the container. Uh, so let's come there. Then the mobile. Let's try to give it 100% weight, right? Each of them individually, and see what's going to happen. So that will fix the overlapping. And I think that did not fix the overlapping. So
We added this color, this one,
sorry, which column?
that main color. Okay.
The main column. Okay, see what we want. Let's move this. Let's move this to.
This, what color on the side?
Let's move this to fix this. I think we should. Let's try
Set
something.
down that background to remove. Is it
Let's
possible?
try something. Let's try something. Oh,
Okay,
let's
what
try
shall we do?
something. Okay, let's move this.
Set it to
Um, align, align item. Let's try uh, end. Let me check something. Okay. So what we should do is to see how we can bring this item to center, right? Is this centralized? We'll bring it align. Let's just align. Text align, right? Text align to left, right? Let's see what happens. Uh, see the notebook. Okay, see what we're going to do. We're going to check our code, right? Let's go to our code and see what is the problem. What's the name of that div? What's the name of that? I think everything is fine. Eh? Everything here is fine outside this div. So the problem we're having is this div. These two div. That's the problem we're having. These two div here is the main problem. So okay. See, this is the div, right? Eh? This is the div, right? Okay, let's try something. Are you sure that's the diff?
No, this is
Okay, that's the
control.
diff. That's the diff. Okay, that's the diff. Try to fix something. This item is align center. Uh, let's try to. Okay, this is a serious headache for us. Okay, what you are going to do? Um, okay, instead of okay, I think the problem here is test align we used, test justification. Usually this is supposed to break. Yeah, it's breaking.
Force
It's breaking, right? It's breaking. So let me try something in the mobile, right? Let me come to the mobile and try something. Um, Remove this. Let me try uh, flex wrap. Let's wrap this item and see what happens. Let's wrap this item and see what's happening because we should be able to. Okay. Um, okay, I think I know our problem. I know our problem now. Where is the content? Where's the content? I think I know our problem. Um, we need to remove the margin. The content, the margin from the content from the mobile. So what we're going to do now, we're going to remove this margin here from this content. I think that's what we should do from this content to mobile and
this margin you added,
yes.
right?
And if you notice here, um, we have issues. Now the reason why our content is like this because I believe it's the break. Hmm? I think it's the break we used. Those breaks, I suggest so. But to fix this, I think we need this to be in center. I think it's already in center. So what suggesting? What we should do here is um, we come to let's grab this. What's the content name? Content abi? Is it a content name? Right? Okay. Let's try to do something here, but um, margin, margin left, right? Minus 30 pixel. So let's try that and see what's gonna happen. Uh, I think we have a right now. The problem is the justification. We need to remove it. This where do we add that justification? Hmm? Can we use set justification here to name? Does this work? Let's try. Test justification to none. Hmm?
That's aligned.
Or
That's test
let's
aligned.
align to none. Okay, no one saying. It then reflect. Let's try to the main diff. If it reflects. So let's remove that test justification. I think that's where our problem is coming from. Where do we add the test justification? Yeah? Okay, justify. Let's comment on this and try to check what happened. Have you seen it? Yeah? Yeah? Everything is everything is fantastic here. Everything is okay here. So everything is good. Um,
Scroll this by the message.
so we have this and then we have this.
You mean whether they give it to yes.
Everything is fine. Very responsive.
Scroll the bar. The
Yeah.
bar below.
No,
Yeah.
just
Okay. That login.
Or don't you think the
The,
problem might be on this navigational bar?
okay.
that will be from
The navigation bar is not responding.
The nav bar.
Yes, it's not responding.
Okay, we can if we add okay, that number what we should do is it 100%?
Like to put it on.
Is number 100%?
I don't think. I think that's the number that's causing this problem.
Let's check the number.
No, it's 100% from top.
Okay, it's 100%.
100%.
Then
I'm
what
thinking of from Jacob whether it's 100%.
what I'm going to do is that let's work on this. So come to jQuery. It's two options. Still um try to if you use flex wrap, if you use flex wrap, or you just if you use display block,
This will work.
it will
It will work.
no, it will not work. It will break the element this way. They need to move this to center, right? You can see text align to center. Then you move
Then
that
increase the
element.
light.
Hmm? Is it this time I'm going to no, we're going to use item align, right? Align item and item to center. Then
Just to
that is not working.
connect.
What are you going to use here now? Item align just one second. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
let's try to do something. Let's try to come here. Li, right?
Okay.
Let's try to um, line item center. No, not center. Line text align to center. That didn't work. Um, that didn't work. This is from the margin. So this is from the margin. That's our problem. Our problem is from this margin. So we're going to reduce the margin, right?
Okay.
So let's do that quickly. Where is the margin? We added margin. Ah, wow, it's too big, man. I think this will fix it now, right? This already fixed it. So
Almost.
let's drop the margin to 9. Okay, I'm coming. Come, just hold on. We did something, right? Did we remove anything here?
Yeah, now just the file.
Justify.
I
Okay,
they
bring it
commented
back.
on it. Yeah.
Okay, good, right?
Yes.
Then the margin. Leave the margin the way it is. Where is the margin here? Where is it? This. Okay, see what will happen here. Yeah? Leave the margin to 20, right? Then bring this to man. Come to your mobile. Hmm? So, where is the mobile? Okay, yeah. Just call these guys here to just come up. Margin, right? Uh,
Okay, sir.
if you use 5 pixels, sure, it's what do we do? We added some, we omitted something here. Um, okay, what do you suggest? Imagine what? No, I'm laughing. It will worsen the situation. But let us start. Let's check. Let's check and see what happens. Okay, is it working?
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay,
Scroll down and
okay. Thing is,
it's not over there. No more.
yeah.
No more this thing.
All right. I was thinking of using margin minus. Okay, so basically, so you can work on this on mobile.
Yeah.
You can work on this on mobile. I think that is all right. Be able to have that. So I will upload the video on YouTube. So that's one thing about this. If you don't be mindful of kind of margin and pattern you use, you will definitely have issue. The initial issue will have because the margin we use here is bigger. So if I thought of that, what should I have done is just go to our mobile and make the margin 5 pixels or smaller, and that will resolve all the whole drama.